too much fun.
Position, buddy?
Yep.
How's it feel?
We're good.
We good? Okay, there's one rider coming.
101 only.
Watch this guy. These two guys.
Everybody out of the way, we got a bike coming through. Fast.
Let's go with the first one. We're going with one. Go last one. Let's do this, guys. Woo! Any enthusiasm would be appreciated. Woo, woo, woo! That was amazing. And this pizza is great.
How many bikes are there?
How many bikes do we get?
What's the official count on bikes?
Over 60.
70 bikes!
I was noticing the ramp was bouncing all over the place. So that's why I called it. We had a couple seconds left, but when the bigger bikes were going up, it was skidding the ramp out from under me. So I was getting really nervous. I was doing a lot of the support with my actual arms rather than on my body, but we did it. And I'm safe. Guys, I'm safe. But no, that record is a really epic record. It was set by a good friend of ours originally. It was a real honor to actually get to attempt that record at all, let alone break it. So thank you everybody for coming out today. Fantastic. I want to thank the Honda riders for sure. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. I know it's going to be terrible when my spleen ruptures later on today, but for now I'm going to enjoy it.
What did that feel like as the bikes went over you?
Well, I think I really wanted to pick up. The scary part about the bikes coming up on you is you can't see them at all. So as you guys are coming up, all I can hear is the wheels running, getting closer and closer and closer. The biggest worry that we didn't have when we did initially was the ramp movement. So as we were doing multiple bikes together, just the momentum of the bikes was pushing the ramp back. So I was trying to pull it back up to readjust as they were going over, which was the scariest part. Because at one point, there were two of the bigger dirt bikes anyway coming over top of me, and I felt it go down. I tried to pull it up, I couldn't get in time, and the second one came and went. So it was probably slipped by, but only like an inch. But
That says motocross for you all that.
it was physically, it was a lot, but I can't thank my team any more than I can. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for training. What we can do on that? First.
I'd like to thank Orbax and his crew for coming and making sure that we can all have some fun doing this. And thank you very much, Orbax. Where are you? Orbax. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, I do deserve that applause. That's right. Oh, wait! Hold on! Wait!
Oh, damn. What's he done?
Nobody look! Close your eyes, everybody! Get the cameras ready, though.
A little bit of Halloween spirit.
We did it!
Okay, let's get some pictures.
He's probably the fastest on the action side.
Don't run on it. Go. Okay, full gas. 1, 2, 3, go.
I didn't even get on video.
Specific about the specifications in order. Sorry, I said specific place. In order to do our record today, we need to have a bed of nails. Now, Guinness was very specific on how the bed of nails was supposed to be made. We need 6-inch nails minimum. They also need to be spaced a minimum of a centimeter apart. What that leaves us with is 1,500 nails over which to distribute not only my weight, but the weight of all the bikes going over top of me. Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, coming right out of the box, these nails all have to be brand new, which means they're incredibly sharp, and means they're really pokey when they go into your back. The whole thing about bed of nails, everybody always says distribution of weight, right? And that's always a classic sort of fallback of a way for somebody to offhandedly talk about science, but it is distribution of weight. The issue being that now you have basically a millimeter squared for every single nail. What that ends up meaning is that the surface area of my back that I would normally have laying on the ground is 333 times the surface area that's being supported by these nails. So for every bike that weighs about 400, 500 pounds driving over me, that's the equivalent of 60-ton truck driving over me normally. Science!
How much of this, apart from science, is a leap of faith?
Well, I don't believe in literally anything. So it's I have only science to fall back on. Realistically, the engineering of all of it was sound. When we do stunts like these, especially ones concerned with Guinness, safety is of the utmost priority. So although there is definitely an element of danger involved, but something like the bed of nails shouldn't be where the danger comes into play. More of our worry in the grand scheme of things is along the lines of one of the bikes losing control, possibly skidding out, coming partway over the ramp and not making the jump successfully and hitting me in the face, knocking the ramp out of the way, hitting the ramp sideways, spraying out, even breaking my leg as the ramp hits the side and kind of spins it. Those are more the issues that I'm concerned with, rather than the bed of nails itself. That said, it turns out I probably should be more concerned about the bed of nails in the end, because these are 1,500 little tiny spiky deaths waiting to happen. Any one of these could puncture, not even just the fleshy mounds behind my back. I think people call that fat. Going into any of my organs. But even realistically, think about it, your back is stretched across the whole thing. Your vertebrae are spaced centimeters apart. So any one of these nails could pop in between the vertebrae and disrupt the nervous system that you have working there.
And even worse, it can rip your shirt.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfect. I think what we could do is grab the balloon.
Nails in 2 minutes.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to lie down on a bed of nails, and we're going to drive motorbikes over here for 2 minutes. But the current record, it's as simple as it sounds. The current record is for 31, and we're going to attempt to at least break it by 1, hopefully decimate it. But we'll see what happens.
What's the challenge here getting this done?
There's a whole bunch of things at stake here. You've got the bed of nails that I'm laying on, over 1,500 nails that my body's being impaled upon. We've got the bikes that are going to be running consistently over top of me, each weighing approximately about 400 to 500 pounds in weight. And the bigger issue here that we discovered in doing a couple test runs of this was not so much the nails pushing into the back, but it was the forward impact of the bikes as they transition up into the ramp, which pushes down on me and kind of pushes me into the hands as well. So I've got a front impact and a reverse impact at the same time. So hopefully we'll be able to overcome that over the course of 2 minutes. Of course, the logistics of having the bike cycle through as well is also a big issue. So we've got a whole team of stunt riders here today assembled that are trained up well enough, as well as you can be, to ride over a guy in a bed of nails. I hope.
There's no coming back.
I'm going to be lying on a bed of nails. It's good as having my brother here is one of the only people that I can actually trust to actually be right beside me. So he'll be able to tell probably before I am whether things are good or they're a no-go or it's a go.
I can just tell you by the way he if something's wrong, I'll know immediately and I'll call it off. It's not worth that.
How are you going to call it off? We got motorbikes out here.
Air horns, flags, and that's the international sign for
That's
stop.
the international sign for stop.
So hopefully we won't see that today, everybody.
Worst case scenario is I get a nail driven in the back of my spine and supposedly become unable to. Worst case scenario, I guess, and in the middle ground somewhere would be actually breaking the record. So, but I mean, there's a lot of different things. There could be internal issues. That's my biggest worry. Seeing an external injury is easy to deal with and easy to compensate for. It's the internal injuries that I worry. So, breaking ribs. Even in the practice runs, I scored some pretty bad that was that much damage taking place. So we'll see how it goes with the whole group of 32.
Okay.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
And last question again, how will it be? How do you feel now? About what?
I'm nervous about what we're about to attempt to do, but I think we'll be successful. Here's hoping.
Thank you.
See how this goes, kids.
It's go time now, eh?
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. We're getting pretty nervous about the whole thing. We've got all the bikes and all the engines revving up really, it's very intense feeling. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Sorry, I don't usually get nervous about this. It's nerve-wracking. Yeah. No external factors. Yeah, even everything from the bikes to the weather to adding up to being a little bit out of our element. I can get over the hump for the first year for sure.
You've been here before.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is our 8th year
Not saying you've been in this situation before.
Oh,
with
yeah.
many stunts.
Yeah, and like I said, this is I don't often get nervous about doing this stunt, but I'm pretty nervous for this one.
How confident?
Well, I'm confident we're gonna bring the real half on. I worry about safety. That's my bigger issue. The riders, one of my biggest worries was we didn't have a lot of time to go over things with the bikes, go over things with the riders, but we were here early this morning, been able to communicate with everybody, and the riders seem more engaged. It seems like awkward, the fear of failure on TV.
How's the ring gonna affect
I don't think the rain will be too much of an issue right now. I was worried about that last night because especially with getting slick with the tires for the bikes, but it seems to be drying up enough, and the bikes don't seem to be having any issue handling at all in this weather. So if it starts to rain, that's when we'll have it. But I think for now we're doing okay.
Can you tell me exactly what you're gonna do? I missed it.
Oh, no problem. Hello, Great Orbax. This is my brother, Orbax, together with Monster Schlock, the world's most extreme two-man circus sideshow comedy magic extravaganza. Today, here, gathered at the Peony, we'll be attempting to break our 22nd Guinness World Record by having the most motorbikes to go over a guy flying head and nails in 2 minutes. See how that goes.
How do you feel about it?
We're nervous, but we're confident that we'll be able to beat this record. The current record is for 31 bikes in 2 minutes, so all we have to